we're bringing the world's finest entertainment to Germany. With the very first tournament, we managed to sell out the iconic Festhalle and break the German MMA records. And now, it's time to move on. This time, you can look forward to German superstar and former pro footballer Christian Eckerlin.
Oh, the left hand's dropped him!
For the second time this year, he is going to face the dangerous Brazilian striker, Oliveira. A rematch that will settle all scores and give both fighters the chance to show who is better. Will once again perform in front of his home crowd, now as the winner of the battle for Germany. In front of all Frankfurt, the Czech crowd favourite, Petrášek, will try and rob him of the victory.
Petrášek takes him down immediately.
How will the battle between the best German fighter and multiple-time world champion against the elite Czech fighter turn out? The story and the mission continue. Octagon 36, October 15th, Frankfurt. Tickets available for purchase through Ticketmaster.de.
Po více než 3 letech se kdysi populární bojovník Jan J.J. Gottvald vrací zpátky do oktagonu.
JJ jsme v zápase pod pravidly MMA viděli naposledy v létě 2019, kdy ho tvrdě knockoutoval Frankenstein. O rok později se na něm v undergroundu podobně smlsnul Dan Škvor. Gottvald v minulosti bojoval o titul německého GMC, teď je připraven zamíchat kartami v polotěžké váze oktagonu.
Před vyprodanou arénou v Brně se pokusí ve svém 13. zápase kariéry získat své 10. vítězství.
Proti němu se postaví tvrdý Brazilec Edilson França. Toho čeká pod vlajkou oktagonu premiéra. Miluje tvrdé přestřelky, 7 knockoutů soupeřům uštědřil, dalších 6 jich pak dostal a jeho zápasy na body zpravidla nekončí.
JJ otevírá celou kartu, pojďme se společně podívat na to, s jakou formou kamarád Jiřího Procházky a zástupce domácího Jetsamu přichází do arény.
So here we are, the time is now. The lights are up and the curtain is drawn back as we welcome you to Octagon 35 here in Brno at the Winning Group Arena. And my goodness, what a pleasure it is not just to be back in this city, but to be in an arena full of an audience that has been dreaming of this. We have had so many fight cards happen here in Brno at the Bobby Hall Centrum, which has been under restrictions. But now we are in front of a full crowd, and now we are set and ready for our first fight. Me, BRYAN, LACEY, alongside the BIGSLOW himself, BARNATT, and we have a tough Brazilian coming in here to take on a hometown fighter, Edilson França. What a story for this guy. He last fought in August, Luke. Last fought in August over in Germany, a 3-round war. One that I'd have to say he was kind of brought in to lose, but he battled and he dug deep and he got the victory over the hometown fighter. That was his first fight back since 2016, because in 2018 he fell off his gym roof, broke his back, had multiple surgeries. Lucky to be fighting again, but also lucky to be alive from what his corner has said. But he's rebuilt, he's rehabilitated, he's come back, he's fought in August, and now he is here again against a hometown fighter under a big spotlight. If anybody has earned this moment, it's França.
Yeah, the spoiler, and he's back, and he's looks a lot more relaxed and happy with himself than he did last time, so maybe that big layoff, got rid of that in August, and now he's here, much more relaxed and comfortable.
And he is tough as well as a skill set. Experience is 9-7 is his record. But when I watched that last fight, it is the inside work he does, because he was against a taller fighter, as he will be tonight.
As he always will be.
As he always will be at this weight class. But it was the sneaky stuff, the technical takedowns, the ankle picks, the inside trips, the outside leg reaps against the cage, all that veteran stuff that takes away the height advantage. Once you get the man to the mat, if you're the man on top, you are the taller, more imposing. You're the guy in front, right?
Exactly that. You know, it's almost like Palhares. He's got a build like him. If he can get on top, and start to cause damage, or even, like you say, on the inside. Needs to be careful of knees coming up in the middle, especially from Gottvald. But he's a dangerous guy, and sneaky. Sneaky, I think, is the right description.
And here he is making his way, the first fighter in the cage here in the winning group arena, Bruno, for our first fight of the night. This is the free prelim here. You can enjoy this. This is a gift from us to you, and a gift from Oktagon to the Bruno fans, and you can hear them already setting off, is this guy, the return of Jan Gottvald. Oh, here we go, here we go. What a moment, what a song, what an entrance. Jan JJ Gottvald returns to Oktagon, but more importantly, returns to fight in the city he calls home. Fighting out of here in Brno, a real favorite of the Brno crowds. Fights out of the Yetzhound gym, the gym of Yuri Prohachka. In fact, when you talk to the coach about this guy, he said the guy who gives Yuri the best rounds, the guy who gives Yuri the best experience, the guy who gives Yuri the toughest fights in sparring is JJ Gottvald. That excites me to see it in the cage.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, to push someone on to become a UFC champion and to be there along for the ride, you definitely pick up a lot. You have to say as well with Gottvald, he's an active soldier. So professional soldier that spends not the most amount of time in the gym that he wishes he could to be a professional athlete, but he puts his country first as that soldier coming back in here to put on a show in front of these fans. And we heard the pop from the crowd when he came out. He is loved.
Instantly you could hear the raise of the energy, the voices, and you can see the moment here between the team, because it's a long time coming. Last fight was in 2019, Octagon 12. He lost to Luis da Silva. Frankenstein is the nickname of that fighter, and Gottvald was using his strikes, his long strikes, his 1-2, his high kick. He was had Frankenstein in trouble, but you don't earn that nickname by accident. The reason he gets it is because of the amount of damage that guy can take, and he took so much, and it looked like it was on the verge of being stopped, and then the counter strike came, which caught Gottvald on the left side of the face. He wobbled across the cage, and then Frankenstein came over and got the finish. Since then, Gottvald has been back in the gym. He has had to overcome, he broke the small bone in his shin. He's had that operated on. Mentally as well, he feels like he's in a better place. He's had to deal with stuff outside the cage. And when I talked to his coach, the coach of Yuri Prohachka, he said, I cannot wait to show people how much better this guy is.
Cartwheels his way in. I'm a little bit jealous of that. I've never been able to do a cartwheel.
Come on, you backflipped your way into your seat tonight. Let's not give that up. Both fighters in the cage. The winning group arena filling up. This is the tail of the tape. 7 years the younger is Gottvald, but look at the height difference. 193 centimeters to 179. Tip spot odds have it well in favor of JJ Gottvald. Now we need to welcome a man, not just with the mic, but potentially the greatest jacket I have ever seen. And I say that knowing that I'm sat next to Luke Barnett, and your wardrobe is full of some pretty special attire. But there we go, we're set. We are ready. Let's hand it to the man himself, the suave, the debonair, Ondrej Novotný.
Dámy a pánové, ještě jednou krásný, dobrý večer. Vítejte poprvé na turnaji Oktagon 35 tady ve velké aréně v Brně. Dobrý večer. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Brno. We are ready for the first fight of this evening. So our next contest is a light heavyweight bout, and it's scheduled for 3 rounds, 5 minutes. Let me introduce you both fighters. First, we start in the blue corner. He is 35 years old. He stands 179 centimeters tall, and he weighs in at 93.45 kilos. He represents Impacto Team Stuttgart, and the coaches in his corner are Daniel Silva. He has a professional record of 16 fights, 9 wins, 7 KO, and 7 losses. Fighting out of Brazil, Edilson VENENO França. Across the cage in the red corner, he is 28 years old. He stands 193 centimeters tall and he weighs in at 93.4 kilos. He represents Jetsam Jim Brno, and the coaches in his corner are Martin Karavanov, Jaroslav Hovězák. He has a professional record of 12 fights, 9 wins and 3 losses. In Neruda Cup, representing team Tipsport, fighting out of the Czech Republic and for the city of Brno, Jan JJ Gottvald. Your referee in charge is Václav Přibyl.
Fighters, professional fight, 3 rounds, 5 minutes. Follow my instruction, touch gloves if you want, go back to your corner. Good luck, man.
Touch of the gloves. We are set and ready for the opening bout here. Octagon 35 from Brno. Me, Brian Lacey, alongside Luke Barnett, calling the action for you. Edilson França in the white shorts, blue corner. JJ Gottvald, black shorts, red corner. And straight away, Luke, in that stare down, the height and the reach is evident. But listen to the crowd. How happy are they that this event is finally underway?
Yeah, finally here back at Brno. You can see França, the width of his shoulders, can try and look to whip that right hand over the top of the guard of Gottvald.
Yeah, Franca's last fight in August. And again, it was against a much taller fighter. As you highlighted, it always will be in this division. But the guy was 6'5", and it was the overhand right, Luke, the overhand right, which connected early in that fight for França and led him to some very early success in the fight and eventually to claiming the decision victory. And that overhand right, that could be the kryptonite to a taller fighter, right?
Definitely, and especially if França can put it on the end of his combinations. Maybe a jab, left hook, right hand, you know, make it the last strike rather than just be obvious by throwing it over the top. You know, JJ's a very accomplished striker, very clean. And it's going to be difficult for him to just, he won't get caught by that one-trick pony of an overhand. He needs to set it up.
There's one thing I've noticed about JJ's striking, though, and it feels like a bad habit to me, but you watch when he throws combinations, he lowers and shakes his arms out every single time. Now, when you're going up against somebody as experienced, you can read that, right? You could time that as well. And for me, it's something that always made me nervous watching JJ's fights of old. And I just saw him do it again just before that combination with França.
And there again as well. I mean, that's okay to do if you're right out of range. But against an explosive guy like França, it's very dangerous.
And let's talk about França as well. This walk to the cage is monumental, not just the set in the arena, but this year this will be his second fight within the last 3 months. And that is coming off the back, Luke, and we talk about injuries, you can talk about ACLs, you can talk about torn rotator cuffs. This man was cleaning the roof of his gym, slipped and fell from the roof, the height of the roof, onto his back, broke his back, and has had to have multiple surgeries since 2018 till 2021. But
nice
now,
knee up the middle there from Gottvald.
Yeah, but now back in here. But oh, there's the overhand right. Look, that connected. Oh, snapping to the liver.
Yeah, but incredible story for França to be here competing at this level as well. Like I said to you before, the only guy I can think of that's done something similar is Alan Nascimento, who is the jiu-jitsu coach for Alexander Gustafsson and Hamzat Chimaev. He also fell off the roof and, you know, got impaled, but managed to survive and continue competing.
Super stories, superhumans.
Not sure what's up with roofs in Brazil, but I don't think that happens so often in England.
No one goes outside, that's the difference in England.
No one cleans their roof.
The rain cleans it on a daily basis.
There it is, nice inside kick there from Gottvald. And he's got the measure of França, but he's very aware, we saw that right hand land, and he needs to be very aware of that, and he kind of put him off a little bit, I think.
Oh, nice stiff, long jab there from França. And look how relaxed França looks as well. And this fight as well, the pace of it's good, right? The pace of it for an opening round, they're engaging, but they're not blowing out their gasket in this first 5 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it's they're both being quite active, moving around different shapes, but not going crazy. But that's the thing about França. When he throws with vicious power. Nice shot to the body there. He's just doing that to set up the right hand over the top.
He's looking low, and you can feel that that's to bring that overhand right high.
Just trying to time that jab, trying to time the jab that's going to come from Gottvald. duck the head and come over. That's where it works better, when he puts it on the end, left hand, right hand.
Exactly like you said. Now he's backing him up. Oh my goodness, in for the takedown, but all the work was done with those strikes, Luke, and you said it earlier on, if he puts something in front of that overhand right, that's where he's going to have the success. That was exactly right.
Now on top with the last minute here. You've got to remember, Gottvald is a 3-1 favorite to take this fight in the judges' eyes, so França, the spoiler once again at the moment, on top in this first round.
And this is very similar to his last fight, managed to get, it seems to be blood coming from the ear there of JJ Gottvald. But França so good on top, and I spoke to one of his students. They say he's such a high-level grappler as well, really heavy and strong.
I mean, he's built to be strong on top. He's built to have, you know, good control. It's like a stone, very hard to move. 20 seconds left.
Yeah, that clock ticking down in this first round.
And hard to score this any other way.
Yeah.
With the big shots landing from França.
Or when you're talking about effective strikes, when you're talking about, you know, effective grappling, that feeling out process at the start, those first 2.5, 3 minutes. But then it was the connection, and from that moment, one-way traffic in the form of the Brazilian. Oh, you see that cauliflower ear there as he came up. That's blown up a little bit. For JJ Gottvald. Now he's got through that first round, stepping back in after that sort of time off, Luke. What, I mean, and it is individual. I'm giving you something which is subjective, but ring rust is real, right? We've seen it with certain fighters before. Physically and mentally, it can affect you, but he's got now 1 round in. Yes, he got rocked, but this is now a time where he gets to step back out, and there's the right hands that you were talking about, and there's the body kick.
Here's the big one that lands, that left hook, overhand right, and goes to the body well. But you're right, I mean, if you want to call it ring rust, we call it whatever you want, but now he's had a round. Now it's down to the coaches. Now it's down to good instruction, to get him positive, to get him feeling at home again, and to get him pushing forward in this fight, because you can see he's got the shapes. You can see when he's confident in the middle of the cage and throwing shots, he's dangerous. But when he gets put on the back foot, as he did from that left hook right hand, still in the tip sport odds, we now have França. Oh no, they've switched. França's now the favorite.
França is now favorite, and this is similar to his last fight. He came in as a huge underdog, and that first round pretty much the same. The overhand right caused the problems, then the takedown, he's able to get control.
It's going to be interesting to see the confidence from both men. Obviously, França going to be extremely confident now.
Oh. And what does Gottvald need to do differently now, Luke? You're coming out in this second round. You need to get that round back for sure. The corner of that experience, they will know that's 1 round down.
Yeah, I mean, he needs to be more active, but also in saying that, he needs to be careful that he doesn't cut his range and give França more opportunities to land big shots. Done well now, pushing him up against the fence, but this is probably going to be broken away.
Look at these
nice
trips.
outside trip.
Yeah, this is the thing, and when I watched the fights back all the way before his return in August to the early ones, 2016 and before, the inside game of França is not to be underestimated. He's very, very strong, first of all, but then he's got those sneaky trips, Luke, so I'm kind of surprised Gottvald looked to close that range.
Well, for Gottvald, he's got to push the pressure now. He's got to have a lot of output, but he can't close the distance. So keep at range, use the kicks, but be more open to different attacks. There he comes forward, very nice, but needs to not close that distance.
Yeah, exactly.
Because like you said, this is where França's very tricky and very nice. Dirty boxing and little trips, nice takedowns. And he's very powerful in this position as well, right in front of us now in the commentary box.
Yeah, it certainly looks every part of that 93-kilogram limit. But Gottvald here, happy to stay close quarters. Nice little short elbow. Looking for a change level. Oh, what's this about?
That'd be interesting if he can get França on his back. Normally, you know, with the size that França is, he normally can struggle a bit more like a turtle from their back if you get a taller guy on top, but it's very difficult to put them there.
2 minutes down in this second round here at Brno at Octagon 35.
I'd like to see him utilize the knees a little bit more, Gottvald. He threw one that landed really, really well. If you can come up the middle, teeps and knees, I think that'll be quite effective in this fight.
And he's got those weapons, Luke. We've seen it before. He's got the long weapons, the straight shots, like you said, whether it's the 1-2s or those teeps to the midsection. just seems a little gun shy at the minute, and he's coming off the back of that last loss. And I say coming off the back, that was 2019, but it was a devastating knockout when he was well ahead in the fight. That must still be sitting in his head, right? That,
yeah, of
you
course.
can almost feel it.
And the time off, nice outside kick there as well. I'd like to see left, oh, he switched stance now, but left hook, right knee is what I would like to see from Gottvald. I feel like it would definitely land, because when he throws the hands, you see França dip the head a little bit as well. But controlling range well. Switching stance, interesting too.
Crowd now getting behind their man, JJ Gottvald.
Over halfway in this second round.
Yeah, and Bruno come out in force for this. They were so good at the weigh-ins yesterday as well. The atmosphere, just the numbers of people in the square, in the center of Brno. Looks so tentative, Gottvald, Luke, and that's not what we've been used to when we've seen him in MMA before. He is the taller man, the more imposing figure, and that's usually his fight style, but it seems a little bit gun-shy today.
Yeah, França possesses a lot of power.
Look how loose França looks as well, though. He's
and those winging shots are the reason for it. Those big winging hooks. Goes low to the body, high. Very nice from França. I feel like Gottvald needs to have some high output now, because I feel like he was controlling this second round, and he's kind of giving it up in the last little moments. Nice entry here. Moves up to the body lock.
Yeah, moves up to that as we move into the final minute of round number 2. This is a close round to call, Luke, but round 1 we know, right, from the effective strike in that top position is França.
Yeah, this round's anyone's. If anyone can put a stamp on it here, maybe some big shots through the middle.
That's a nice little short elbow. That caught right on the bridge of the nose there of França from Gottvald.
Great head position from Gottvald as well. 30 seconds remaining, going to that elbow again.
These are nice, though. He is finding a way to contain França without risking the risk of being taken down, but finding short elbows off the side, almost bouncing him off the cage for that connection as well.
Yeah, looks comfortable here.
Oh.
Last 10 seconds. Another nice little elbow on the inside, switching it up, trying to get a takedown.
Oh, and just at the end. And a nice takedown as well, Luke. Pulled that single leg up, then stepped out and then tripped him with the other one.
Yeah, overcommitted a little bit, but knew there was no time left, so maybe just trying to score in the judge's eyes, and I believe he did.
Yeah,
so very, very clever attempt there.
It certainly looked good at the end of that round. And now arguably one apiece, arguably, but not definitely.
Yeah, and I feel like França now looking more tired of the two on the in between rounds. Here we see some of the highlights. That was the big tale of it, those little sharp elbows in these inner dirty boxing positions.
Oh.
Yeah, I felt like França didn't really get going in that second round. Much more imposing from JJ.
Unable to withstand some of the takedown attempts, made some of his own as well. This is the final bit of the round, then he reaps, steps over. But like you said, maybe not fully connected, but nothing to lose at that point of the fight. Round 3, set to get underway here. Respect given and earned. Now look at the swing in the way of the tip spot odds. Gottvald 1.545.
Yeah, they can't make their mind up.
This is why you don't bet on MMA, unless you would like to with our partner Tip Sport.
Of course.
That's right. Like you said, when you looked across the stool there, the body language from França.
Yeah, he's come out very, very hard early on in this round, but I feel like the little hug at the beginning was just...
A few extra seconds,
A few extra breaths, yeah.
Yeah. Even my wife doesn't hold me for that long.
Nice left hook to the body, right overhand. That's been a good combination for França. If he can position himself in the right place, that could definitely land.
Oh, stepping forward again.
Oh, nice left hand. Good understanding of where he is in the cage, though, from Gottvald. managed to rotate, get good pressure up against the fence, has been successful here. We saw in the end of the first round, I believe it was, and a little bit at the end of the second as well.
Yeah, those short elbows in particular, those weapons, and now once again going for this takedown.
I feel like he senses that Frank is getting tired, and by putting this pressure on him and, you know, making him work, because if they're out in the middle bouncing around trying to hit each other, he's not making him work. Here he's got his weight on him, little knees to the stomach, to the midsection. He's always got to work, he's always got to breathe.
Yeah, and also those big weapons of Franca's are taken away at these close quarters, right? You need the gap, the space to be able to throw those heavy haymakers.
Yeah, I feel like Gottvald felt more comfortable here earlier on in the fight, but good entry, outside
nice.
trip.
The trips. This is what I'm talking about with the game of Franca. And what you said in that first round is, look at his body type. In this top position, he's going to be hard to shift, and now he's got 3 minutes of the round. If he can stay busy and try and keep it, that could sneak it away from Gottvald.
Nice elbows from the bottom here from Gottvald, and has that right foot on the hip. But getting forced up against the fence. Needs to use the fence to stand up.
Excellent
Kicks
work.
off well.
Excellent work, and listen to that.
And the crowd loving that. And that's hurt Franca now.
Now Gottvald moving into side control. The crowd behind him every step of the way.
Yeah, Franca looking a bit more desperate now.
Oh, Gottvald might be able to, he might be able to finish it from here, Luke. You've got to be careful of the shots to the back of the head. What we don't need here from Gottvald is anything. Pick that target.
Great top pressure and good control to pass now into side control. Still got 2 minutes left of this fight.
And what a reversal. He did the right things under the pressure, because you said and you talked about how difficult Frank will be to shift, but that foot on the hip, then the urgency to get back up, and then the reversal. He earned this position, Luke.
Yeah, was the biggest moment of the fight, really, when he got back to his feet and then ended up on top. And you almost saw it break Franca as well, momentarily. Nice little elbows from the side control.
And 1 minute 50 seconds. This clock for Franca must feel like it is taking an age.
Yeah, Franca just laying there now. We said he might look like a turtle on his back, and he kind of does right now. Very, very limp, not trying to escape, just trying to defend. He's not trying to bump his hips, not trying to get an underhook, not trying to advance his position. He's just defending. Now we see him work a little bit.
Oh, good hips and reaction from Gottvald, though.
Yeah, Gottvald maybe going to look to try and get crucifix position or knee on belly, but seems happy here, raining down the elbows.
Yeah, these little short shots. He had the elbows against the cage standing, and now he's working them on the ground as well. The crowd, he steps into mount.
Yeah, very quick, easy pass there to get the mount position. Franca demoralized by that on the bottom.
1 minute to go. What a moment this would be. Should Gottvald be able to come back, return to action in the winning group arena and get the finish? Here he goes. 45 seconds. You feel he's just got to break that grip, right, Luke? Posture up and try and get some shots off in the final.
Yeah, Franca doing everything here just to hold on and survive. Needs to get some posture, needs to get his head high. But in doing so, he can give some space up, so needs to be careful. Needs to push down on the face, just like that. Nice elbow. Beautiful work there from Gottvald. Now this comes down to how the judges scores the second round, because look dominant in this third. Franca looking dominant in the first. If he can't get this finish in the next 10 seconds.
I know, there's the questions, and oh my goodness, this crowd will go nuts should it not go that way. But I feel you see the momentum shift towards Gottvald. Oh, there we go.
Beautiful finish to the round for him. And really got to express himself and show the man that he is in front of this home crowd.
And come back, win or lose those 3 rounds. He showed some serious mental metal in there, Luke.
Yeah, got caught with some really big shots in the first round and a little bit in the second as well. Here we see some highlights from that third and final round. Franca starting well, going to the body, and then coming up high. It all actually changed when he managed to get the takedown. He got this little trip on the outside. We see it here, this outside trip, beautiful takedown converted from Franca. But Gottvald manages to get that right foot on the hip and instantly uses that to stand up.
Yes.
Reverse the position, and then from this moment onwards, it's all Gottvald.
Yeah, really strong finish to this fight. 3 rounds in the bag, and As much as the crowd would love to have seen a first round knockout for Gottvald, that experience after that layoff, that's invaluable, right?
Definitely had to weather the storm, come through. A tough individual like França. Going to be very interesting to see how the judges have this scored. Comes down to the second round. Whoever won the second round wins the fight. You've got to remember here that we score it round by round. So 10-must system, round 1, round 2, round 3. So it doesn't matter how well you won the third round. I don't feel it was a 10-8. So it all comes down to that second round.
Well, the scores are in, and inside the cage is the man with the answer. Will we hear the roar and the cheer of the crowd here for Gottvald? Let's find out. Let's hand it to the one, the only Mr. Ondrej Novotny.
Ladies and gentlemen, your referee has stopped this fight after 3 rounds, and let's see how the judges scored this fight. All 3 judges scored this fight 29-28 in favor of the winner of this fight, JJ Gottvald!
So there we have it. Listen to the crowd, the roar. Luke, what a fight that was.
Yeah, great return for him.
Gratulace, kamaráde, po 3 letech vytoužený pocit.
Moc děkuju. Fakt po takové době to bylo hodně opravdu náročný. Fakt jsem nepředvedl ani 30% z toho, co dokážu, ale jsem spokojený, prostě výhra je doma, srovnáno na 10-3 a já jsem tady ten zápas bral jako takový ujištění se po takové dlouhé době, že prostě do toho můžu zpátky naskočit, hlavně po té psychické stránce, takže fakt děkuju, úžasná atmosféra, jste skvělí, Brno, hej, davaj!
Jan JJ Gottvald, děkujeme moc.
So we have Matej here who will translate in 1 second for us.
Chtěl bych poděkovat všem partnerům, sponzorům, MK Expo, JM Klima, Martin Dokoupil, Honza Wagner, Divers Develop, Jovimer, Michal Prelet, prostě všem, kdo mě podporovali, Korbička, Šperky, Altron, takže všem děkuju a zdravím velitele družstva, Peťu Balenčina.
Děkujeme moc, ještě jednou váš první domácí vítěz, JJ Gottvald.
Okay, so JJ, how was it after 3 years of layoff? How did it feel like to get the win? And actually, to be honest, the win is very great for me. I'm glad I could prove to myself that I can get back into the fight, especially after that mentally I'm okay and I can go there. And I want to thank you all and thank all the sponsors and my friends. It's a great atmosphere here and I thank you all. Thank you very much.
So there we have it, JJ Gottvald claiming his victory and moving back into the rankings here at Octagon.
We're bringing the world's finest entertainment to Germany. With the very first tournament, we managed to sell out the iconic Festhalle and break the German MMA records. And now, it's time to move on. This time, you can look forward to German superstar and former pro footballer Christian Eckerlin.
Dropped him!
For the second time this year, he is going to face the dangerous Brazilian striker, Oliveira. A rematch that will settle all scores and give both fighters the chance to show who is better.
Za Německo, Stefan T-800 Pütz
will once again perform in front of his home crowd, now as the winner of the battle for Germany. In front of all Frankfurt, the Czech crowd favourite, Miloš Petrášek, will try and rob him of the victory.
Petrášek takes him down immediately.
How will the battle between the best German fighter and multiple-time world champion against the elite Czech fighter turn out?
Miloš Petrášek!
The story and the mission continue. Octagon 36, October 15th, Frankfurt. Tickets available for purchase through Ticketmaster DE.